Yeah, so Peter mentioned already that we have built a fit-for-purpose operating model, a fit-for-purpose people system, and a fit-for-purpose culture. So let me unpack that a little bit for you. What does that really mean? Yeah? Starting with the most senior team. Yeah, we feel this is a very strong team, and it has a great blend of business leaders, general managers in Peter and our 4 regional presidents who have run businesses end-to-end at country level, at regional level. They know their trade and they're deeply experienced in the ice cream category as well. On the other hand, we have strong functional leaders. You saw Sandeep, 20 years experience in supply chain, has done many transformations. You saw Julien, 30 years of experience in marketing. And then we have augmented that with 2 external hires in myself and Abhijit, 2 people who have served on executive committees, who know how to operate with boards and who understand corporate governance. So we feel that this is a super strong team moving into the next stage of the journey. Now, if you look at the organization, the operating model we've built, it is really fit for purpose. So we have 24 P&L units. That's where the business is run. So sometimes these are single countries like Mexico, sometimes they are multiple countries like Central and Eastern Europe. We run these businesses, these P&L units end to end. They are responsible for P&L delivery, for cash delivery, they own the consumer, they own the customer, they own their employees, and they basically run the company. On top of that, we have 4 lean regions, and the regions basically support these 24 P&L units, and they have sometimes supply chain or sales capabilities, which they can augment and support the P&L units. And then we have 1 corporate center responsible for strategy and governance, a lean corporate center as well. So lean overhead, but very much focused on the 24 P&L units. In addition, we have upgraded 95% of our top 100 people. And the beautiful thing is, we were allowed by Unilever to pick the best of the best. And in addition, we were recruiting externally the best of the best as well. So we feel really good about our top 100 executives in the company, best of the best internal from Unilever combined with best of the best in the external market. We're also building new capabilities. We have chosen 4 important new capabilities which really will be strategic differentiators for us. Net revenue management, super important for us. Peter spoke about it already. And we're upscaling the top 5,000 in our company on really understanding deeply what type of net revenue management capabilities do we need to have. Sandeep spoke already about S&OP. We've codified what are the best practices in S&OP, and we're really investing in system capabilities to move from manual S&OP planning to automated S&OP planning, taking a lot of subjectivity out of the planning process. In addition, a deep investment in digital marketing and digital commerce, where we're looking not only about capabilities, but also what's the operating model, what's the talent base, and what are the capabilities we need to have to be successful in these 2 areas. And then finally, we want to be a frontline company. The people who make, move, and sell our products are the heroes in our companies. They make this company come alive on a day-to-day basis. They need to have the right capabilities. They also need to feel appreciated and recognized in our company. And you see a nice example here of a frontline recognition program we've started to recognize our frontline people. We had I think it's 60 of our frontline people. We flew them into Amsterdam and we celebrated their successes within our company. Now then, incentives, fit for purpose as well. So we have 3 layers of incentives. So we have the first layer for 8,000 people. That's the short-term bonus, the cash bonus. There are 4 components here: organic sales growth, adjusted EBITDA margin improvement, free cash flow, and market share gains. The most important thing of this is that we set the target once a year, and they can see on a monthly basis, where am I performing versus my targets? What are the levers I can pull to get a higher bonus payout, and how do I have real control of my business? That's the key to success of a good bonus plan, in my opinion. Then for the medium-term plan, which applies roughly to the top 300 employees in our company, we will have 2 parameters: organic sales growth again. So we double down on making sure that organic sales growth is super important, and then EPS growth as the second one. And then finally, we're looking at a one-off program. We call it the Executive Ownership Plan, which will be about share appreciation. But for the top of the company, the top 60 to participate, they have to put their own money up. They have to invest into buying ice cream shares, and then they can participate in this program. Hence, the top 60 will be deeply committed in share appreciation and success of this company. Finally, we said we were going to build a fit-for-purpose culture. So we looked actually at our founding fathers. We have multiple founding fathers, but let's say Walls, Breyers, Ben & Jerry's. How did these people actually run the business? What was important for them? How did they behave on a day-to-day basis? And out of that, we codified 6 behavioral attributes we believe are fundamental to success for the ice cream business in terms of the culture. The most important one, they were obsessed with growing the company. Growing was their raison d'être. Grow the company and you will be successful. And they did that through continuous innovation, not only in their products, but also in their go-to-market systems, in their factories, in their warehouses. They were obsessed with rethinking their business model. They were also experts in the ice cream category. They were single category play businesses. So they were focused on being an expert in ice cream, exactly what we want to do ourselves. They ran the business end to end. They were winning together, but they also enjoyed what they were doing. They had fun. They operated a simple company, quick on your feet, simple with speed. And finally, they challenged continuously their own ways of working, their operating model. But they did it in a way that they cared as well. They cared about their people. We believe these are the cultural constructs, the behavioral constructs, which will lead to success. Now, I'm going to show you a quick video which we made for when we carved out the company legally on the 1st of July. It talks a little bit about the culture, but it's a little bit broader as well. But I thought it was a nice video to share.
For over 100 years, we have been serving happiness around the world. Since the start, we have been founders, an obsession for entrepreneurship, building businesses, always taking pleasure seriously. When Lever Brothers acquired Walls Sausages in 1922, they started making ice cream in warmer months to keep factories going. During seismic shifts in the economy, we adapted. The 2-stick popsicle launched in 1929 for just 5 cents. And as technology boomed, we dived in headfirst and bloomed. In 1959, the Cornetto was born, a genius feat of technology and the first mass-produced packaged ice cream cone. And by the 80s, color, design, flavor, and innovation went into overdrive, with category firsts bursting onto the scene and becoming instant classics. And by 1989, once again, we pushed the limits, launching Magnum and introducing the world to an ultimate pleasure icon. The combination of premium ingredients and expert craftsmanship set a new standard for indulgence, quickly becoming a cultural sensation. 100 years later, we have a fleet of almost 3 million red freezers and over 18,000 employees, serving over 100 brands and a large annual production of ice cream across 30 factories. Today, we take over 100 years of innovation to start on a new journey with a new business. A place where passion is an obsession, where we have the freedom to create and turn science into wonder, where together we turn moments into memories, melt hearts and blow minds, because we take pleasure seriously, and we're in it to win, and to grow and succeed. This industry isn't waiting for us to adapt. Speed and simplicity are friends. Challenge with respect and care, because we are doing this together. A global ice cream pure player. This is magic and dreams and damn hard work. We are the largest ice cream company the world has ever seen. It's great to have you along for the ride. Life tastes better with ice cream.
I hope you enjoyed that. No, it's nice. So Peter and Ronald are happy, and the senior team are happy. But what do the rest of the company say? And we did a couple of surveys amongst our employee base, and you can see it here. And one question was: would you recommend the classical MPS? Would you recommend the ice cream company to a friend? Yeah? And you can see here that if you look at the top of the house, the top 30, 100% would recommend our company to a friend. And the rest of the surveyed people, more than 82%, recommend the company to a friend, which I think is a strong endorsement of where we are. And you see the progress as well of the 3 surveys. And then finally, we asked, what is your view on the business outlook of the Magnum ice cream company? So 92% of our employees are positive about the business outlook. Yeah? So I think these are 2 nice proof points that we're on the right way, and that we have our employee base with us as well.